Hi, my loves. How are you? Hope you're well. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Please consider subscribing to this channel and joining this loving family. In today's video, we are going to unbox a beautiful Oracle deck by US Games. This is the Tree Keepers Oracle by Angie Sellens and artwork by Stephanie Law. This one is made by the artist of the Shadowscapes Tarot, if you're familiar with that. I love this Shadowscapes Tarot, and I came to know that Stephanie Law was coming out with an Oracle deck, and it came out a way earlier. Okay, so I got it now. I don't know when it was published. Let's check. I think it was published in 2023. I don't know. Let's check when we get into the book. But this is the Oracle deck and book set. I'm gonna read the backs for you. These are the sample images. If you're not familiar with Shadowscapes, this is how the imagery looks. And let's read the backs. Long ago, before trees were used for their pulp and fiber to hold our stories in bound form, they were story protectors of a different kind. As legend and druids can tell you, there are places on the planet where the veil between worlds is thin, and the trees were guardians of these sacred spaces. During that age, if one was lucky, one might encounter a door in the trunk of a tree known as a cannot pronounce that word Durvaik, a portal between magical worlds. The contents of this oracle and guidebook were entrusted to me from a tree keeper in Lapland, who guarded one of the ancient groves in a reindeer forest. One evening, under a billowing curtain of aurora borealis, while night settled on the shoulders of a mountain like a sigh, the tree keeper gifted me her legacy book. This work is derived from that tome. It includes 44 green gilt-edged cards, 108-page fully illustrated guidebook, and organza drawstring pouch. Okay, so that is what it stays in the back. Okay, so this is how the front looks like. Let's open the plastic. Okay, so it comes with a magnetic box, but the box has this beautiful cut. So I have the Wild Things Oracle with me by US Games as well. Let me grab that one. It looks the same way. So this is the Wild Things, or Wisdom of the Wild Things Oracle. So the US Games publishing has definitely changed. Okay, now this is also by Angie Sellens, and that is why I wanted this deck as well, because I loved working with this deck. So I really loved Angie's writing, so I definitely wanted to try out another decks, and so I bought this one. So that was my first Angie deck. This is my second. So it opens like that. As legend and druids can tell you, there are places on the planet where the veil between worlds is thin, and the trees are guardians of these sacred spaces. Wow, beautiful. So it comes with the guidebook full color guidebook, and then the cards come wrapped in plastic. Look at this box. Wow, so much detailing. Can you see? Wow. This is glued in, and the inside of they put a lot of thought into the inside of the box. I love the butterflies here. Okay, so that is the box. Very nice. And it also came with this bag, which I will not be using because it's very flimsy. Okay, let's get into the book first and then we'll move on to the cards. Introduction. Long ago, before trees were used for, again, this is somewhat described in the back of the box, for the pulp and fiber to hold our stories in bound form, they were story protectors of a different kind. As legend and roots can tell you, there are places on the planet where the veil between worlds is thin and the trees were guardians of these sacred spaces. During that age, if one was lucky, one might encounter a door in the trunk of a tree known as Durva, a portal between worlds and where magic bleeds through from one dimension to another. Magic wasn't considered spellcraft or supernatural. What was called magic was simply the songs, art, dreams, and inspiration of one world flowing into another. The trees kept records of these magics, and the tree keepers kept sacred watch over the trees. Over time, the tree keepers gained much wisdom. They couldn't help it. As magic seeped through the trees, it bled onto the ground on which the tree keepers stood and took up residency in their souls. Having been imprinted by the flow of stories, they were considered the librarians of the other worlds. Each tree keeper became a living oracle, embodying the four elements of their own world, plus the fifth element of the Durva. The Durva, that portal where dreams move across dimensions, is an element akin to love. It is the all encompassing wisdom that encourages every soul to remember that there are other perspectives beyond the one immediately available on reality's surface. Sometimes a door is more than a door, sometimes a tree is more than a tree, and sometimes you are more than you know. Able to access the moreness shimmering on the other side of your circumstances. There is always more. More chances, more grace, more forgiveness, more perspectives, more magic than you have currently glimpsed. The tree keepers know this truth and share it with seekers lucky enough to encounter them. I was one such seeker. Though many of the trees have long since been cut down, their grooves destroyed, the tree keeper's legacy remains alive in places where rivers run silver with myth and where fairy tales are still spoken under the light of the moon. The contents of the oracle were entrusted to me from a tree keeper in Lapland who guarded one of the ancient reindeer forest groves. One evening, under a billowing curtain of aurora borealis, while night settled like a sigh on the shoulders of a mountain, that tree keeper gifted me her legacy book, an image of a reindeer carved into its wooden cover. The teachings in this deck are distilled from that tomb. So it further expands what we read on the back of the box, and I like that, and I love how Angie writes how to use this deck. So, and then going on to the meaning of the cards, we have a colored reproduction of the cards and a paragraph for each card. cards are numbered. Goes on for every card like that, and then at the end we can see information about the artist and about the author. Okay, and she was the author of The Witch, Women in Total Control of Herself too. I am planning to buy that in future. I might, because I was so drawn to the artwork as well, but this one I was really called to buy it now. Okay, this one I want to read. Sometimes a door is more than a door. Again, what we have read. Sometimes a tree is more than a tree, and sometimes you are more than you know, able to access the moreness shimmering on the other side of your circumstances. There is always more chances, more grace, more forgiveness, more perspectives, more magic than you have currently glimpsed. The tree keepers knew this truth. Now you will too. Lovely. Okay, so let's get into the cards. I'm gonna try and open them. Did they mention that they come green edged? Yeah, it includes 44 green gilt edged cards, but they are not green gilded. Don't know why that was mistakenly printed. I would have loved if the cards were green gilded. Maybe they decided to edge it on green and then they edged in golden. Okay. I have the Heavenly Broom tarot cards from US Games. Those edging, I mean, they are rose gold edging, and I love it to pieces. And I really wished that it will be, green color, this green. Never mind. Let's go over the cards. So the first card is the Keeper of Self-Love. So they are glossy, and they are bigger than standard tarot size, but definitely smaller than usual oracles. See, so this is tarot, and they are slightly wider and taller, like a bigger tarot deck. Okay, I'm gonna compare it with the Hay House deck. Give me a moment. Okay, this is the Hay House oracle cards. So they are definitely almost the same height, but definitely more narrower. So that is the comparison. Let's move on to the cards. Keeper of Self-Love, we saw. Keeper of Abundance. I would have loved if the tarot deck by Stephanie Law also comes in this beautiful, wider cardstock, because the artwork is really, intricate. So definitely needs more space. Keeper of Wishes. Keeper of Comfort. Unicorn. Keeper of time. Keeper of whimsy. Keeper of balance. He's holding a yoga pose. Or she. Keeper of ease. Those are birds. Can you see? Love this one. Keeper of trust. Number 10, Keeper of shift. The cards do stick together because of the gilding. Keeper of shift. Keeper of surrender. Keeper of inclusion. Keeper of pace. Was it pace or is it meant to be peace? I don't know. Keep up the pace. It sort of is like saying that. Yeah, in the book also it is pace. Okay. Okay. Is it time to speed up? Yeah, I can see that it is pace. Keeper of solitude. Keeper of nurture. This is the cover of the box and the book. Keeper of play. Keeper of journeys. Keeper of stars. Keeper of sleep. Keeper of alchemy. Keeper of fairy tales. Love the dragon here. Keeper of intuition. Keeper of truth. Keeper of flow. Keeper of the subconscious. Keeper of boundaries. Keeper of grace. Keeper of anger. She's holding a skull. Keeper of endings. Keeper of sanctuary. Keeper of focus. Keeper of creativity. Keeper of the wild. So many foxes in here, and the dragonfly. I mean, a lot to look at in her artwork. Keeper of dance. Keeper of the invisibles. Keeper of beginnings. This one I don't like much, but I love the the string going all around. Keeper of sharing. Love this one. Keeper of the game. Wow. Keeper of receiving. I love how the inside of the earth and the inside of the tree is visible, and what goes on underneath is shown. Keeper of innocence. Keeper of forgiveness. I don't like this one much. But I get the image. Why it is so blurry, because when we forgive, we also forget what happened in a way, and so the blurry images Makes sense. Keeper of Wonder. Love this one. Next one I also love. Keeper of Transformation. And at the last card is the Keeper of Follow Through. Look at him. Lovely. I love the bags. Okay. I want to check something real quick. Yeah, they do give you a feedback of your light. The only problem with the glossy cards are when you use it for filming, it gives a feedback of the light. That is the only con I have with glossy cardstock. Other than that, I love it because it pops the colors even more. Gives a pop to the colors. Rather, I have a matte cardstock card here. This is matte, and this is glossy. You can tell the difference. The matte is matte. The glossy, it gives a rich look, but it's not good for filming. We can, it can pick up the light easily and can be very hard to see, in a camera via a video. That is the only con I have with glossy. Let's get one card. What do we have for the viewers today? One card to read, please. One card to read. One card to read, please. Thank you. Keeper of Inclusion. Keeper of Inclusion. Okay. Number 12. You deserve every beautiful and lovely thing. You also deserve to know yourself as a beautiful and lovely thing. In order to achieve this awareness, harmonize with the song of your soul. This means you must be willing to take all the pain, suffering, worries, hopes, dreams, and joy of your life and of the moment and synthesize them with compassion, reverence, forgiveness. Don't abandon any part of yourself or your experience. Embrace the tears and laughter. Allow yourself to soften towards all you have judged wrong or bad. Invite all the ugly parts and painful memories into your soul's song and then sing. Remember, the bird who adorn the trees don't sing because they are talented or gifted. They sing because they have a song. Oh my God. That resonates so well with me right now because I'm trying to be, especially with the reverence and forgiveness, it triggers something in me to do something. I will leave it at that. I hope you enjoyed this flip through of the Tree Keepers Oracle, and if you did, please make sure to give a thumbs up for this video. And if you're watching my channel without subscribing to to it, please make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you will be notified of my future uploads. Okay, thank you so much. I'm sending you lots of love and many blessings. Until I see you next time, you take good care of yourself. Lots of love. Bye.